place of, are you playing your own personal game well? Have you got control of games that you're manifesting within yourself? Do you have time to get to the conclusion of them? And this is where people are not living their life. They're not living their game. And people are trying to reduce your game and tell you to fix your game, giving you an end destination, heaven, hell, all this different stuff. You're not actually appreciating the days of your life where you're giving your energy to help them live their game.
And that is worship in a form, in that you're adopting their program. And the greatest thing we can do is being present, is being now, which is the gift. Because as you said, it's the only thing that exists.
Only thing that exists.
There is no past, there is no future. There is just right now. What we are doing and experiencing right now, we can take ourselves out of time by imagining this is only a finite period if it doesn't feel like it's benefiting us right now. But what the thing that exists is what is happening right now. That's why I don't have any fear, because I don't have any observed negative fantasies about what is going to happen in the future.
Thank you.
Based on what I'm actually doing now, and if I observe there's going to be a particular challenge down the line, I will start to place, as a reverse engineer, solutions so that I can absorb that impact if it actually does arrive. But what I'm not going to do is tell myself negative stories that negative outcome is inevitable, because that's where all fear lives, based on our imagination of an inevitable negative outcome that just doesn't exist outside of your mind, the confines of your mind.
So as a creator, could I claim that you're a game builder?
Yeah, we become the builders of our own game.
And a future is really just a game you're building with the data that you've got. And you basically played it like a computer. You created a, what do you call it, component. And now you're running a whole program through that component to see what is the end result. And 9 out of 10 times, that's all we're continuously doing. Now, when you're in the present moment, very rare are you visually in the present moment. You're often flicking between past situations and future situations. So you're doing something mundane, but your brain is elsewhere. Now, the thing is, wherever you're looking at is where you are. And this really is a breakdown of the fact that you're looking at different parts of your own memory mind creation. Future memories that you're creating in the present. Yeah, because when you look at the future, you're really looking at a memory that you're building a memory in your mind for a physical outcome that you see in the future. So therefore, all you're really doing is really just building a game that you're about to play.
But do you know how I break it down now?
Go.
I break it down into tasks that I have to execute rather than looking at this big picture of a future. So whilst I'm doing tasks now and I'm receiving my downloads, I say that task will add to the future that you actually desire, whilst seeing a fuzzy picture, but saying it is appreciating this now, this right now. And what I found even is funny this week, I've spoken to 3 people that have told me, you need to do that, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. And I said, okay, I hear you. But I sat down in my own solace between November and December, and I made a complete project with milestones that I'm actually executing now, which I haven't articulated to you.
No, you don't.
I don't care to, because I'm not trying to convince you.
Exactly, 100%.
You could be so much further, and people know you. I said, well, people know me on a tiny little scale, which is irrelevant to anything. And because I am now partway in a new venture by creating awareness, I'll continue to do what I've been doing, and I've roadmapped the tasks that I need to execute that don't rely on anybody's permission, that aren't harming anybody else, that aren't interrupting anybody else's joy, that nobody has had the courtesy to ask me, what is your process on what you're doing? I'm just going to continue to stick to that. And the plan is to stick to the plan, and I'm fine with it. And although I hadn't made plan for this particular juncture of my day, I'm still appreciating being in the moment of this day. And I'm not trying to convince you, because I have no monkey in that circus.
Look, someone is trying to give you their process. as opposed to you developing your own. And theirs is an internal conversation with their ancestors, with their
which
voice.
they haven't made manifest. Don't tell me, show me.
Exactly.
And if you can't show me, I'm on a train, which I know the destination of, because I've been on this train before.
Thank you. And where someone is, again, trying to use your energy to manifest their reality.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing it yourself, you know, when someone says, I'm a great fighter, no one who's a great fighter says they're a great fighter. No one does. Whenever you have to say a thing, you're basically trying to convince yourself of that thing. People that do it, they just, in their own mind, I want to do this, and their body responds and they get it done. Or they train and teach their body to do things autonomically without them thinking. So they constantly react and block things when they essentially, because they've trained themselves to do it. They can't tell you how. They just prepared for that situation. Yeah. And we live in a world where everyone is telling you a story that they haven't lived. If they've lived it, then they don't need to tell it. You know,
I can see it and I can adopt it. Agree, adopt, apply.
Well, this is where you look at someone who is being successful and follow them, not someone who's telling you they're successful. If they need to tell you, they need to reassure a part of their mind that they have value. So straight away you're looking at, is there an entity, is there a narc frequency there that needs to raise the child? Because the child had some situations take place, so they created an energy with their scattered mind that allowed them to be whole in this new identity that they've created. And this new identity has to be winning, has to be doing this, has to be doing that.
No vulnerabilities.
No vulnerability.
No down days.
No accountability, nothing. Whatever you say is your fault. Whatever they say is their wisdom. You got to take it on. And they can't feel any pain of losing the power of being in control of that idea of who they are. So you can walk that road if you want to, but you're always going to be begging someone else to be able to take care of yourself.